All right, y'all. We live. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing help, both better understanding self and giving praise to the Most High. So I had to comment on. I had to do a video on this. I was so excited seeing this that the motion got denied. You know, a lot of people when they playing those district attorney positions, they just, in my experience, seeing them do so much wrong. You know, the people that as soon as when I seen this, I thought it was just wrong. I'm thinking like they really tried to extort Young Thug and make him pay for their security. I read the whole sheet yesterday, and it just seemed like they wanted to make sure he paid for the security. It's like they tried to use his financial situation to pay for the security. But when Trump was saying all of that stuff, they didn't have that same energy. Shout out Status Boom. Status Boom. I appreciate you tapping in. You know, I was a little nervous. I thought he was probably gonna get a revoke, but once he didn't get a revoke, man, I was like, I'm glad the judge seen through his bull crap, cause I don't think it was enough information for me for him to go back to jail. But I think they really just tried to get some money out of him. But check it out. So it says, upon consideration of the state's April 2nd motion to revoke defendant's probation, which alleges a violation on the terms of conditions of defendant's probation for having posted a picture of a particular law enforcement officer with the caption, biggest liar in the DA office, and the defendant's April 3rd, 2025 response thereto, having reviewed the terms of conditions of defendant's probation imposed the courts declined to revoke defendant's probation based on violation asserted. Judge, we appreciate you, Judge. We appreciate you, Judge, for just keeping it real. If hell is where evil, I'm Scorpion that grew from the Devil's Tower. Let me put that on, man. You went deep. If hell is where evil, I'm the Scorpion that grew from the Devil's Tower. Eat branch on firewood, serpent on her feather. And man, you wildin', ain't you? Man, say freedom of speech isn't free. Yeah, but you know what? I think that it hurt their feelings that Young Thug said she was the biggest liar in the DA office. Now I'm gonna prove that they be lying in that DA office. I got a video. I'm gonna prove to y'all. They'll go on stand and lie, literally. Now, if Fani will do it, we know everybody who up under Fani Willis is gonna do it. But Young Thug better be more. Cause yeah, he gotta be more careful. But they be playing a dirty game in there at that district attorney's office, man. They pick and choose. You know, they could have did this. Look, they actually had somebody threaten Fani Willis, and they had went to jail. It was about Trump. It was way more serious. Somebody really got arrested. So you gonna put this man with a tweet he put, because they do a lot of lying in that district attorney's office. Check this out. I'm finna show y'all. This what Fani Willis, right? She's been saying all of this. Now, she can always act like this ain't happened, but check this out, right? How she be lying.
Fulton County DA Fani Willis says it is running out of patience with the lead prosecutor.
In the meantime, Willis and former special prosecutor Nathan Wade are making headlines.
Shout out, Trail, brother. I appreciate you.
Outlet published video that claims to show them together at Los Angeles International Airport. Let's get out to Fox 5's Deidre Dukes, who has the latest tonight from the state capitol. Deidre?
The special Senate committee investigating Fulton County DA Fani Willis says they are prepared to take her to court or issue another subpoena if she doesn't appear to testify in late April or early May. Wednesday's hearing comes after the Daily Mail posted an article which featured video footage of a couple at LAX airport who they identify as Fulton County DA Fani Willis and former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. Willis came under fire for having a romantic relationship with Wade after she hired him to lead the 2020 Trump election interference case.
Now,
Last year, Wade resigned his position after a Fulton County judge ruled that one of them had to step away from the case because of the appearance of impropriety, even though the two testified that they were no longer dating. The Senate committee began looking into accusations of potential conflicts of interest and the misuse of state funds after Willis denied allegations that she benefited financially from her relationship with Wade.
The DA has thumbed her nose at this committee.
Committee members expressed frustration with the DA, who has fought their efforts to force her to testify.
This has been going on now for many months. We issued our subpoenas back in September of 24. We're now 6 months later, and we haven't gotten her to comply, even though the judge has ordered it. And, we're fed up with that. She is not above the law. And I think that there are legal processes to force her to comply. And yes, that does include confinement. And I'm not threatening that. That's up to the judge to do if she fails to comply.
Former Georgia Governor Roy Barnes is representing DA Willis. Committee Chair Bill Cowsert says
now
the committee is trying to work with the DA's.
Check this out. She was spotted at the at the airport with Nathan Wade. And she said they broke up, but they had video of her in LAX, in California, flying out. And she said that, she's no longer with this man, which looks like she said Fani needs to do a year minimum. All of this that she doing, and she's trying to act like, the public ain't seeing all of the buffoonery that she got going on. That's just my point. It's like Young Thug said they be lying in the district attorney's office, because they do. We got it on video of y'all lying. So it's like they don't even want to say the truth about the money spent. It's just a whole bunch of lies going. Anybody who in that district attorney's office, I think they need to sit down and they need to let somebody else, since y'all getting threats and all of this, y'all need to let somebody else handle that job. Shout out to you, Avatar. I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Yeah, so this was, man, I celebrated it. I mean, I was happy just to see this, man. I was like, I gotta speak on it. I got to. I was hollering at my boy Trev just before this, and we were just talking about content and stuff. But yeah, man, it feels good to know that you can't just do us any kind of way. Because if this was back in I'll say before 2015 or something, anything that district attorney put out there, they ain't questioning it. They just going through it. But thankfully, they've been looking at Fulton County a little closer, so they can't just, run it how they really want to. But I'm happy that he got it. He still got to walk light, because they're going to be looking at every chance they get to try to violate his probation, man. But yeah, it feels good, man. It feels good. Fani needs to do a year minimum. But yeah, I don't think he gonna tweet no more. He got to be definitely cautious of what he tweets. Fani Willis should be locked up. Her for that Nathan Wade scandal and lies. Right. Appreciate you saying she lying. She's lying on the stand saying she broke up with Nathan Wade. And we seeing y'all still taking trips on Atlanta dime, on Atlanta money. Y'all still probably flying out doing y'all thing. It's just sad, bro, that they're using the district attorney like this office and doing all of this stuff. But that's how they play it. We know she's an AKA. She's gang for real. She in a real gang. But nobody want to talk about that, But man, I wanted to tap in with y'all, man. But I still think he need to go back to court. He needs to go back to court and get that he need to get that probation. He needs to get off probation. He might as well go see if they can do 3 to 6 months or something and just cancel everything. Because for 15 years, he got to go through this. For the next 15 years, they're going to be trying to look at every little thing right now. to try to violate that man. It's like he got to be walking on eggshell, bro. But I read the motion yesterday, and they said that they wanted to change his probation so he could pay for the security for them. It's like extortion, bro. Like, what y'all think this is? You don't got to pay for your security. That's just that's just, you feel like you got too much power to just ask for something like that. Like they wanted to change his probation up and change the stipulations so he could pay for the security that they got. What? Who she thinks she is, bro? But I tell you, give somebody too much power, they're gonna try to push it to the limit, man. But I'm gonna tap in on some more news we got going on today, but this one was like, it was a relief. And somebody did say, I did a video on Young Thug. Somebody was in my comments. They was like, yo, Young Thug shouldn't have said this. And I was like, man, freedom of speech. I mean, you can't be free to just speak his mind. And they was like, nah, man, they don't work like that. You know, he got to keep quiet. But once he got that, once he got a motion to revoke it, I was like, maybe that guy was right. But I wouldn't play with him, to be honest with you. I wouldn't play with him. Not with 15 years probation. Man. If it would have been something like I got a year or something probation, but I don't think that's gonna work. But yeah, man, no probation violation, man. Judge ruled that. Get into some more. Let me show y'all. What TMZ reported. The boy is not going back to jail. Say Young Thug off the hook again. Shout out to Thugger, man. I know he was nervous though, because I know I would have been. But he got a lawyer. He got one heck of a lawyer. I tell you that. Young Thug is not going back to jail. The judge says his repost revealing the identity of the cop testifying in the murder trial did not violate his probation. He put the biggest liar in the DA office. Fani Willis too. Yeah, so it was a good thing. I know she mad about this. She mad about this, man. She like, oh my gosh, we don't have the power that we used to. But another one I'm gonna get into. Y'all know I've been covering a lot of Atlanta stuff, but we got what's the name? Amit the Lion. We got DJ Academics, but what y'all think about that? I know I got lines open, but what y'all think about that? Should Young Thug move out of Atlanta? Fani Willis. Should he move out of Atlanta? I'm finna put it on this what's her name just lied. Same family. Check this out. I don't know if she's from Atlanta or not. But Ruby Rose talking about she lied. It could be a little clout chasing. I think she from Atlanta too, though.
Listen to me, y'all know funny shit. Every time I stop dealing with these poo-poo ass and I stop smoking weed, like I get prettier, I get more money, my belly gets smaller, and like just life starts getting better. So this is your sign to cut your poo-poo ass off.
Check this out. It's crazy.
Every day deserves a moment of pause. And with Fiori's DreamKnit fabric, that's exactly what you get.
You need to get out of there. That's the last place I want to be.
Everything. Like the public. Okay. So I guess here's the honesty moment.
Oh shit.
You know this.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, me and Drew were really in a relationship, and I said it was PR because he pissed me the fuck off and hurt my feelings. So, yeah. But that was really lame of me and embarrassing that I shouldn't have said that, but it was like I had to stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's in the past now. And we're friends and we're cool still. And, and we've known each other for like 10 years, like since high school type shit. So it's like we're always going to be friends. So I just want to clear it up because he was really bothered by that.
Gotta watch out, man. Gotta get out of Atlanta. Atlanta, man. Atlanta is not where it's at. Shout out to my cousin, Gerald, man. He in Atlanta. Tapping in with me. But, yeah. Atlanta, man, I don't know, man. It's just too spooky for me to be out there. Crazy work. But, yeah, I had to tap in on this subject, y'all. I had to, man. It was just, I've been on probation, and it's like, that feeling of being on it is like, it's just a bad feeling. You feel like you got to walk on eggshell. But another one fights the dust. I was just talking to Trey about some content, man. I'm like, man, it's been crazy this week. But we still going to do our show on Sunday. We're trying to put some stuff together. But we're going to keep rocking. And I appreciate Tanisha for definitely reaching out for the water. I appreciate you for the email. A lot of people have been reaching out to me. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, I had to come tap in on this. I got a number in there if y'all want to call in, man. I know Young Thug feeling good right now. Like he ain't going in. But I ain't had too much for y'all. I just had this little bit of Atlanta business. So I was gonna drop one later tonight, but I'm like, you know what, let me just get this in right now. Young Thug is not going to jail. We ain't gotta worry about that. Let me check if we got this. And it's crazy because if it would have been that other judge, like if that other judge probably ain't get replaced, I think Fani Willis was in cahoots. They was already in cahoots with the other judge. I think they would have probably had more of their way. But that they switched the judge, their lawyer, I think it made everything more, you had to be fair. There's no conflict of interest. Now, this is just my opinion. But y'all know I also did that video on Kanye West and DJ Academics. And DJ Academics, I don't know why Kanye even chose to do something with him, but check out what this guy said, man.
Every day deserves a moment of pause. And with Fiori's DreamKnit fabric.
You're doing this interview with him. He answers the door in regular street clothes and then comes back dressed in the black KKK hood. How do you just act like that's not happening when you're talking to him? Like, I saw the video of you like trying to mic him up underneath the hood. That's
I'm gonna show y'all something.
Yeah, he gave me a heads up, you know, and I read the text wrong at first. He was just like, I'm wearing my black outfit, and I was like, well, black's my favorite color. I'm thinking he's just gonna wear black.
Yeah.
And then I read it again. It's like, no, I'm wearing my black KKK outfit. And I mean, you know, I tried to at least start the conversation by saying, why this representation? You're right. It's hard to ignore the obvious. That's the elephant in the room. He's sending very strong symbols that, you know, again, he's walking around with a swastika chain.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Having conversations with him on camera and even off camera.
The only news.
Even if you disagree, he is making some coherent points.
But I guess the problem is, Zach, will anybody hear any of those coherent points when you have swastikas up and down your track list and your album cover is
Trev sent me
Ku
this.
Klux Klan member hugging the Grand Wizard of
show
Ku
y'all
Klux
this.
Klan? What kind of hard for people to overlook that stuff, no?
And I've had that conversation with him yesterday. If you did see yesterday, I published a series of our text messages, which, by the way, he gave me permission. He says, feel free to post these. And I did ask him this. I said, well, how do you plan to continue in music if, you know, you're going against these people or you're putting out images or whatever that maybe, say, a Live Nation might not want to do business with you, where how are you going to go on a tour without them? How are you, if, let's say, Spotify doesn't want your stuff?
Check this out. This is what Trev has sent to me too. And I found out about this, but this was if you look at what this is, shout out to Trev, he sent me this. But if you look at what it is, right? They said, I'm gonna give y'all the definition. It says that a capirote is a Christian pointed hat of conical form that is used in Spain and Hispanic countries by members of a confraternity and penance out of the Catholic Church. So they've been using this like crazy before the KKKs. So if Christians use this, right? What does this mean? Like if this is a religious thing that they're saying, I'm trying to go back to the definition. Historically, the flagellates are the origin of the current tradition, as they flog themselves with a discipline to do penance. So this came from Christian, Catholic, pretty much churches. Shout out Trev, he sent me this. The origins of the outfit. Yeah, the origins of the outfit comes from Spain. It's Christian, it has Catholic rituals. So yeah, the origins of those outfits is not even, you can't even bring it to the KKK. So if that's the case, we're gonna have to say, are we gonna feel the same way about the religion? I want to know what people think about that. I mean, this isn't our culture as far as, you know, us being FBA. This ain't our culture, but just to see this, when Trev sent it to me, I'm like, man, I never knew the origin of none of this stuff, but it's deep. See, this look like the one Kanye West had on. But the usage of the capirote during the Holy Week was once common throughout Spain's colonies, but this custom has since died out, and most of them by the late 19th century. Notable exceptions to this are some parts of Mexico and Guatemala. So you even had people doing it in Guatemala. Early Klan members in court. Yeah, the Klan members was in it too. So shout out for Trail for getting that one for me. But yeah, it's just stuff to make you think, huh? So that's the origin of it. And I think the KKK was Christians too, though, right? I'm pretty sure they still believed in Christianity. Did they have a different religion? Let me see that. KKK religion. Because it's crazy if you're a Christian, American Protestant-led Christian extremists. So it's crazy. That's crazy, fam. They believed in Christian beliefs. So, I mean, can you imagine being in the same religion as the KKK? Like, is that crazy? Yeah, you said a black person claims to be Christian or Catholic. Can they wear that fit? That's what I want to know. You know, like, because I think Kanye West do claim to be Christian. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy to me that, you know, knowing the research and the history of that, it's like, I think Kanye opened up some eyes. But the KKK was Christians. And they were extremist Christians too. Now, I was talking to somebody was in my comment section was talking to me about the Black Panther Party. And he said the Black Panther Party was the ADL for black people. I think Kanye about the biggest troll. Yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling them people. Trying to get them people, you know, upset. But they look like they ignoring them. Like, it seems like to me like they like, look, we ain't falling for it no more, Kanye. I don't think he got the same pull. But man, I did that video on William Morgan. I don't know if y'all seen that, but that was deep though. Y'all know I be going over a lot of that the Masons and the Greeks and all of that stuff. That's why MLK tried to integrate us, because he, like, we all believe in the same thing. Why y'all against us? For real. Yeah. But it's crazy that nobody they see that as a KKK attire. They don't see that as a Christian attire. Like, if you like, they're not saying that that's a Christian thing. They saying that that's KKK. So it's like, it ain't even white. KKK's on was all white. Like, we seeing them back in the days, they was all colors, red, black, blue, whatever color. KKK was just straight white. And but who funded the KKK? That's the biggest question. Like, what people funded them? Because I'm hearing that, you know, that we learned from Bobby Hemmett. He said the job of the higher ups is to fund everything. That's what they said. That's why we had an organization that we had called the US organization. It was like United Slaves, and they were the ones who like started problems with the Black Panther Party. And they were saying that the government actually paid them to do that. But this blew my mind though about this guy William Morgan. He disappeared, and they set up a anti-Mason party where it was like they was going up against all of the Masons that were running everything. And you know that got shut down, just like the Black Panther Party, right? You know they only want them two parties now. But I want to start a petition to take J. Edgar Hoover's name off of that federal building. I think his name needs to be taken off. But yeah, it says the COINTELPRO, they did it with the US. And I wish I can get a big picture of that. The originals. The original six. It was Huey P., Elbert Big Man Howard, Defense Ministry. See, that's the kind of positions you need when you're setting up a political party, man. Confederate soldiers funded the KKK, you know. I was raised 30 minutes from Pulaski, Tennessee, where it was created. Dang, that's crazy. 30 minutes? I know y'all was going through hell over there, man. But I think the KKK was more of a political thing too, though. That's crazy. 30 minutes away from your house? Damn, I mean, from where you grew up? That's crazy. But I did a video on the FBI war against Black America. And it was crazy. But I mean, the only thing that his outfit was black at the end of the day. But I think he was just trolling them people. But yeah, man, the KKK was that was tough for our people back in them days. And then they try to make it seem like it just man, you seen them flash by the hundreds, bro. You salute to you, bro. Cause they put hell on us, man. They really did. But it's crazy that the Black Panther Party started in 1966 and the Bloods and the Crips started in like 1966, 1969. Check this out. Origin. So the Panthers started in 1966 in Crips and Blood origin. It was created. Check this out. So it's like I think it was like 1969. Yeah, 1969. created in 69 to present. So it was like 3 years after the Black Panther Party. But that's just crazy to me that they didn't do that. But if you look at the US organization, this was the people that took down the Black Panthers. I ain't gonna say took them down, but they definitely shot. I never seen no KKK neither. That was before my time. So it says us after the assassination of Malcolm X in February 1965 in the Watts riots. Black Congress was founded as a community rebuilding efforts in Watts. 2 BC members, Maulana Karengaga and Hakeem Jamal, began the discussion group focused on Black nationalist ideals. So it's the robbery, what they said that happened. So according to Lewis Tucker, no, it says here the Black Panthers in the U.S. had different aims and tactics, but often found themselves competing for potential recruits. The Federal Bureau of Investigation intensified this as part of the COINTELPRO operation, sending forged letters to each group, which purported to be from the other group, so that each would believe that the other was publicly humiliating them. This rivalry came to a head in 1969 when the two groups supported different candidates to head Afro-American Studies Center in the University of California in Los Angeles. So the government was like, yo, look, we gonna send letters to both of them. On January 17, 1969, a gun battle between the groups on the UCLA campus ended in the deaths of 2 Black Panthers, John Huggins and apprentice Butchie Carter. This led to a series of retaliatory shootings that lasted for months. Later in 1969, 2 other Black Panther members were killed and 1 other was wounded by U.S. members. A memorandum of the Los Angeles field office of the FBI dated May 26, 1970, confirmed that the surge of conflict that led 4 Panthers dead suited their objectives and more would be encouraged. So it's just crazy, man, how they use us against us. Well, before my time, they in my face now, huh? Yeah. Captain Private, salute, man. I appreciate you tapping in, brother. With the new handle. You saying they in my face right now, huh? As we speak. It is intended that U.S. Inc. will be discreetly and appropriately advised of the time and location of the Black Panther Party activities in order that the 2 organizations might be brought together and thus grant nature the opportunity to take her due course. The Panthers referred to the US organization as United Slaves, a name never actually used by the members, but which is often mistaken for the group's official name. So the Panthers called them that. But they used to do the dirty work so they can keep their hands clean. Yeah. The KKK, huh? Now they got the black KKK, man. They got the black KKK, man. But it's a brother now. I'm gonna show y'all this. It's a brother right now that's he's a black activist, and he's been treating with the COINTELPRO. That this happened a couple years ago, but
this 2017 report from the FBI's Domestic Terrorism Analysis Unit revealed that the FBI claiming, quote, it is very likely black identity extremist perceptions of police brutality against African Americans spurred an increase in premeditated, retaliatory, lethal violence against law enforcement and will very likely serve as justification for such violence.
Civil liberties groups have slammed the FBI report, comparing the memo to the FBI's covert COINTELPRO program of the 1950s, 60s, and 70s counterintelligence program, which targeted civil rights movement. Many have also noted the FBI memo was dated August 3rd, only a few days before the deadly white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Y'all hear what she said?
Premeditated, retaliatory, lethal violence against law enforcement and will very likely serve as justification for such violence.
Civil liberties groups have slammed the FBI report, comparing the memo to the FBI's covert COINTELPRO program of the 1950s, 60s, and 70s counterintelligence program, which targeted civil rights movement.
You hear that blatant lie? That's crazy. That's why you got to watch what the news say. She just said that the COINTELPRO targeted civil rights. It had nothing to do with that. Had nothing to do with that, bro. Matter of fact, she's speaking on a guy who's going to come on here right now that's going to say he was an activist, and the FBI is still like playing with him. Why would she lie like that, bro? Why would they lie like that on TV? That's just disrespectful, bro.
Many have also noted the FBI memo was dated August 3rd, only a few days before the deadly white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, where white supremacist Ku Klux Klan members and neo-Nazis killed an anti-racist protester, Heather Heyer, and injured dozens more. The FBI does not seem to be surveilling and targeting white people who post violent things to social media, including multiple white men who've recently carried out mass school shootings.
She's a liberal.
Demetrius Kabuchis, who shot dead 8 students and 2 teachers last week at Santa Fe High School in Texas, had posted on his Facebook page a picture of a T-shirt reading "Born to Kill." Nicholas Cruz, the 19-year-old man who killed 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High in Parkland, Florida on Valentine's.
But see, when you hear like they'll lie, but certain people won't pick these lies up. It's like, we know our history. You can't just be playing with our people's name like that. That had nothing to do with that.
Day had shared numerous posts on social media so disturbing he was reported to the FBI multiple times, yet they never arrested him. Well, for more, we go to Texas, where we're joined by Raquel Balagun, who was released earlier this month after being held for nearly 6 months in San Francisco. We're joined by Makia Cyril, co-founder and executive director of the Center for Media Justice and a Black Lives Matter Bay Area activist. Let's begin with Raquel. You were arrested December 12th. Describe what happened.
Well, pretty much on December 12th, around 6 a.m. in the morning, me and my son was at home resting when FBI agents rammed our door and immediately rushed us outside in our underwear, under gunpoint to be arrested, and for me and my son to be, separated, and overall me be hauled off to jail.
And what did they tell you on what?
That she even said that, fam, it just now make me, I can't even, like, the civil rights happened. So if they were trying to do that, if the FBI did the COINTELPRO for the civil rights, it wouldn't have happened, right or wrong. Like, it don't even make sense to lie like that. In my point, it's like, dang, that's messed
what
up.
What were you charged with?
I was charged with 922G,
I can't believe
which is
this now, man.
Possession of a firearm.
And Did you have a license for the firearm?
Well, in the state of Texas, you don't need a license or even have to register firearms to have them legally. Long as, you're not a felon or considered a prohibited person, you're able to have firearms, within your home or your vehicle. And if it's a long barrel rifle, and you're able to open carry that without any licenses or anything of that nature.
Why were you held for almost a year, Rakim? A half a year?
Well, the reason why I was held was because the FBI was pretty much surveillancing me for over 2.5 years as a domestic terrorist. And out from, surveillancing me for being a domestic terrorist, they overreached and tried to use a previous charge from 2005 to say that this charge made me prohibited of having a firearm, which the elements of that charge actually didn't. But the reason I was able to be detained for so long is because when I initially got locked up, I went to a magistrate hearing with a magistrate judge for a bond, and the judge denied me bond based off of me using my First Amendment right to criticize police officers on Facebook.
And how was your case ultimately resolved?
It was dismissed. We filed pretrial motions.
Dismissed. But y'all see how they try to play with our intelligence, bro? With our history. That's why we got to be on our stuff. It's like they'll change up stuff to fit their narratives, to fit their agenda. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you say why they don't want us in a position of doing for ourselves? Say that. Like, don't say it was because of civil rights. She trying to still be on that Malcolm plane. I mean, not Malcolm, but Martin. But let me let this lie finish. Let me let these guys finish.
Stating that I am not a prohibited person and forcing the United States government to prove that I'm a prohibited person, not to have firearms. And the government failed to prove that. And so therefore they had to release me after holding me over 5 months of being detained.
Let's bring Malkia Cyril into this conversation with the Center for Media Justice. Malkia, your thoughts on how Facebook and Instagram posts of people like the alleged mass shooters in Texas and Florida were able to post guns and other threatening language and symbols on their Facebook page, yet someone like Rakim is surveilled and held in jail for half a year and then not charged?
Well, first of all, let's be very clear. The history of gun control in this country is totally and completely focused on controlling the possession of weapons of black people while allowing white people to run free, shooting up the nation. So I think that we have to, first of all, understand that, whether we're talking about posting online or we're talking about just living, your offline life, there's discrimination in how black people and white people are treated in terms of their First Amendment rights and in terms of their right to carry. Second of all, on Facebook, we already know that black activists are being censored, are victims of hate speech regularly, are surveilled. There's undue cooperation between Facebook and law enforcement agencies when it comes to the targeting of black activists. So the online space, particularly on these platforms, these social media platforms, and especially on Facebook, the largest social media platform in the world, is a contested space, is a discriminatory space, and is a space that is virulently anti-black.
I want to turn to Texas State Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, questioning Attorney General Jeff Sessions in November about the leaked FBI counterterrorism memo claiming that so-called black identity extremists pose a threat to law enforcement.
You familiar with the names Eric Garner, Walter Scott, Jameer Rice? My question is, as I hold up the poster dealing with the report under your jurisdiction, Black Identity Extremists, it is interesting to me that you are
I've never
opposing
seen it neither,
individuals
bro.
who are opposing lethal force, similar to the attack on Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King on COINTELPRO, but there seems to be no report dealing with the Tiki Torch Parade in Charlottesville chanting, "Jews will not replace us." Why is there an attack on Black activists versus any reports dealing with the alt-right and the white nationalists? Can you answer that question quickly?
I'm not aware.
Are you planning on investigating that?
When was that report completed?
In August of 2017.
I'm not aware of, I have not studied that report.
I ask you to because it's an attack on individuals who are
Let me
simply
see.
trying,
I gotta hear that
similar
again.
to the attack on Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King on COINTELPRO, but there seems to be no report dealing with the Tiki Torch Parade in Charlottesville chanting, "Jews will not replace us." Why is there an attack on Black activists versus any reports dealing with the alt-right and the white nationalists? Can you answer that question quickly?
I'm not aware.
Are you planning on investigating that?
When was that report completed?
In August of 2017.
I'm not aware of, I have not.
Walter Scott, Jameer Rice. My question is, as I hold up the poster dealing with the report under your jurisdiction, Black Identity Extremists, it is interesting to me that you are opposing individuals who are opposing lethal force, similar to the attack on Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King on COINTELPRO, but there seems to be no report dealing with the Tiki Torch Parade in Charlottesville chanting, "Jews will not replace us." Why is there an attack on Black activists
Charlottesville, is that
versus
by
any reports dealing with the
Charlotte?
alt-right and the white nationalists? Can you answer that question quickly?
I'm not
Are you
aware.
planning on investigating that?
When was that report completed?
In August of 2017.
I'm not aware of, I have not studied that report.
I ask you to because it's an attack on individuals who are simply trying to petition the government in the redress of grievances.
That was U.S. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee questioning Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Makia Cyril, your comments.
Right.
I mean, look, white supremacists have committed the largest share of domestic extremist related killings last year. We know
She
that
ain't
white
FBA.
supremacy
You
and
mean
white
Lady
supremacists
Jackson?
represent the biggest domestic threat
Captain
to the
Private.
United States. And yet, Trump cut funding to countering violent extremism to fight white supremacy. We understand very clearly where the priorities lie. And in addition,
That's why I don't like listening to Democrats, bro, because sometimes they be capping about what be going on. Like y'all see the lady she lied in the beginning is like they'll just be putting out information, and I seem like they trying to make issues more than like just trying to tell us the real. Let me let this finish.
digital environment, those priorities, that discrimination and
Black
that
Lives Matter, bro, with a
undue
name, with the
focus
last
on
name
Black
Cyril.
people and Black activists becomes exacerbated. So
Lakia
that,
Cyril.
first of all, I'm
That's
just so
weird.
happy to hear that sister speak so clearly to this issue. But we understand very, very clearly
Democrats stick
that under
together.
these current political conditions, Black activists are being targeted, Muslims are being targeted, immigrants are being targeted, while white supremacists are running free.
And what is happening with your battle against the FBI's Black Identity Extremist program, which I think a lot of people are going to be hearing for the first time right here, Makia?
Well, let's be clear. I want to remind you all that in the 70s, what it took to even bring the counterintelligence program that was targeting the Black Panther Party and other civil rights activists to light. Several white people had to break into an FBI office, expose that program through illegal means, right? Today, we have FOIAs, we have,
Hold
Color
on.
of Change, Center for Media
Is she
Justice,
talking about
ACLU,
Watergate?
Center for
Did she just lie again?
the
Hold on.
Black Panther Party and other civil rights activists to light. Several white people had to break into an FBI office, expose that program through illegal means, right? Today, we have FOIAs, we have, Color of Change, Center for Media Justice, ACLU, Center for Constitutional Rights, have used the FOIA process to find out more information about this program. Color of Change has been able to uncover something called a race paper where they're looking into, what really is going on. But at the end of the day, we understand that very little information is available to us. Part of the problem is the deep lack of transparency. We know that the FBI is undergoing its own separate crisis, which makes it even more difficult under the current political conditions to get any information. We know that members of Congress, as you just heard, have gone to the FBI. FBI director have gone to Jeff Sessions and demanded information and not received any.
I appreciate you saying
so
that.
Right now, we see those in power stalling,
Yeah.
not sharing information. I
That
think
lady
it will
up there.
require a lawsuit of pretty significant proportions just to get basic information. The goal of which is to get the.
They always have somebody up there that's trying to represent us. And they don't even be for us, bro. Control opposition. That's what this is, bro. You got controlled opposition. Yeah, Democrat will lie right to you, man. But it's just crazy that she used that term, man. She talking about that they was fighting the civil rights. Shout out to Avatar, man. But yeah, it's crazy that Fani Willis' father was in the Black Panther Party, and she working for the district attorney's office now. That's like a weird, like how you get to that? Like what made you jump into that? Why you ain't stick to being an activist like your father? But that's all I got for y'all for today, man. Definitely gonna tap in. Maybe we can get something tonight. We'll see. I had to tap in on this one, but let me know what y'all think, man. Young Thug off. We're gonna keep it up. But I appreciate Captain Private, Avatar, Trail Jackson tapping in. Appreciate all y'all, man. We only had brothers today. We ain't have no women tap into the show. They only come in late night. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love.